Ladies and gentlemen, this is Action Jackson Wilson with Ladder of Light Gaming, bringing you a playoff-bound Mighty Melonheads squad. Yes, folks, you heard it correctly. In our previous episode, we knocked off the Monsters 3-0 at home and got to celebrate a huge accomplishment with our fans. This is officially lit up because we have achieved our first goal that we set out for from day one when we drafted this team here on Backyard Baseball 97 season play on hard difficulty. All of these games are saved and on our channel, so be sure to check them out. Once again, like I said, this is Action Jackson Wilson. Winding down the regular season, here's the updated league standings. We've clinched a postseason berth. We've won 10 of 12 games. We are the Mighty Melonheads. And in case you guys haven't met our team, Jocinda Smith, Luann Louie, Keisha Phillips, Stephanie Morgan, Ahmed Khan, Pablo Sanchez, Angela Del Vecchio, Amir Khan, and Pete Wheeler. This has been a unique blend of power, speed, pitching, and defense. We've looked great overall in all four categories, and that has been our goal when we first drafted these knuckleheads. They're knuckleheads, don't get me wrong. They may be talented, but it's quite the group. They're very outgoing, they're hilarious. Sometimes they need their heads screwed straight once in a while, but that's the way we all are. And that's why we need Jesus Christ. And while we're on that topic, guys, I will ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, but most importantly, I ask that you would please accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Nothing else will matter at the end of your earthly life. If you have faith in Him, you will be saved. But if you don't, you'll be condemned. You'll be headed for hell. And this isn't a threat, but it's truth. While we're here to provide entertainment and to uplift you guys with joy and bonding, we want to get the gospel of Christ out there and share it boldly on social media. So if you're hearing this right now, Jesus Christ loves you guys, and He wants a relationship with you. He wants you to be in heaven with Him. Repent, turn from your sin, and turn to Christ, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. He died on the cross. He took your place. The wages of your sin was death, but the gift of God, which was unearned, is eternal life in Christ Jesus, my Lord, your Lord, our Lord. May His will be done. So, all thanks goes to Him for another opportunity to bring you guys another broadcast. And we got a lot of excitement coming up, guys. Tell your friends, spread the word. The Melonheads could use your support in their postseason run. Now, the next order of business is to clinch our division. All we need to do is win one of these last two games. It's a back-to-back against the Fishes. We're going to be on the road here today. One win and we lock it up. We're division champions, and we've got home field advantage in at least the first round. The Fishes, all the pressure is on them because the Monsters and the Sox are giving chase. They're right behind them. Even though the Fishes have beaten these teams, they've got the betterment of the tie. If they lose both of these last two games, and the Monsters or the Sox could win out, they flip-flop the Fishes, and the Fishes miss the playoffs after either being tied or in sole possession of first place for 10 games. We finally caught them, and now we control our own destiny, guys. Strap yourselves in, and let's keep this train rolling. First things first, to the game options. Proof that we play on hard difficulty. We originally were going to play 9 innings, but it set it to 6, and we can't change it back now. Pitch locator turned off. We don't need that. We got airs turned on, of course. And I still don't know why we got to do this before every game, but play-by-play and color commentary from Sunny Day and Guinea the Gooch, we're going to turn that off because we're going to be handling that today. Once again, this is Action Jackson Wilson with Ladder of Light Gaming, Backyard Baseball 97. Glad you're with us, guys. Let's play ball. The Mighty Melonheads and the Humongous Fishes, a matchup that we've had circled on our calendar for a long time. We finally can prove ourselves once and for all as division champions, but we got to go out and earn it. If the Fishes win today, it sets up a do or die for that division crown on our field in the season finale. Well, the regular season finale. But regardless of what happens in these last 2 games, our season will continue. That is a guarantee. So props to our team for that. We took care of business at home. We defeated the Monsters 3-0 to seal our spot. And now here we go. We're going to go for something extra now. Now is when we get greedy. We're trying to go all the way, guys. And we want to give ourselves the best chance possible. Chad Couple will be doing the pitching today for the Fishes, who look to get back on track and keep swimming upstream. Meanwhile, the Melonheads have other plans as Luann Louie settles in and takes a first pitch breaking ball over the inside corner for strike 1. Luann Louie is tied for the league lead with 20 hits. Her counterpart is her own teammate, Pete Wheeler. And now the pitch on the way. Louie puts it in play. This is going to be tough if it gets by the mound. Second baseman fields it quickly and throws Louie out. 1 away, and that's how today's game gets underway. Here is Pete Wheeler. He comes into this game batting .571, which leads the league.
I'm going to hit a touchdown.
Tied with Luann Louie with 20 hits to lead all of backyard baseball. Wheeler, who takes the first pitch for a strike, started the season batting 8th for us, but he was promoted to the number 2 spot for his recent solid play. Chad Couple, who retired Luann Louie to start this game, deals an 0-1 to Pete Wheeler, who fouls it back. No balls and 2 strikes. The Melonheads at 10-2. The Fishes are in second place at 8-4. Here's a bunt by Wheeler. Chad Couple with a great throw, but not enough to get Pete Wheeler. There's a 1-out single. And now with Pete Wheeler, the runner at first base, we're going to put the wheels in motion with Pablo Sanchez coming up next.
Mándame una buena.
Ultimately, we're not under pressure. We know that we're going to the playoffs, so we can play a little bit more carefree right here. Of course, we still want the division title. We don't want to get too reckless. But here is Pablo with a swing and a miss. But look at Pete Wheeler run. He is safe with his league-leading 6th stolen base of the year. With the way the catcher just threw that, I think we can keep picking on him. Runner at second base with only 1 out. Pablo Sanchez trying to do some early damage. The pitch. Line drive into right field. But first baseman knocks it down. They will take it to the bag to get Pablo, just barely. And now we're doubled off. I don't know what just happened there, but the side is retired. They must have caught that on the fly. But either way, the Melonheads are retired, and the side is retired. And now, here comes Angela Delvecchio taken to the bump. Delvecchio, who is no doubt this year's Cy Young Award winner, with a 0.5 earned run average. She's got 10 wins and 11 decisions, and she has made the start in all 13 contests for the Melonheads. She has been Miss Reliable. Wonder Woman. The first pitch on the way is swung on and missed by a struggling leadoff batter, Omar Stefano, who enters this game only hitting 103. The Fishes' top weapon has been their pitching and their defense. Delvecchio trying to keep this scoreless early on as the Melonheads are competing for a division title. There's a ground ball back to the mound. Angela will make the play to first base. Goes a strike to Keisha Phillips, 1 down. So for those just tuning in, this is where we currently stand. We're 10-2, 10 wins and 2 losses on the season. Backyard Baseball 97, season play, hard difficulty. We are headed to the playoffs. That's a guarantee. We just locked up a postseason berth with a win last game. This is game 13 out of 14. We're 1 win away from wrapping up our division. Veronica Lee will dig in for the Fishes, who are in second place behind the Melonheads, looking to stay alive. The Fishes need to keep winning, not only to catch the Melonheads, but to just stay alive in general, because if they drop these final 2 games and the Monsters or the Sox win at least once, they could steal that final spot from them. There's only 2 teams in our division that get postseason berths. Here's a bunt attempt by Veronica Lee, who just took strike 1, and now she's in the hole. 0-2. Angela Delvecchio with the bases empty, nobody out. She's going to stick with the fastball to Veronica Lee. She's going to go up in the zone. The 0-2 delivery. A bouncer back to the mound again. Angela, who fields her position so well,
Good.
makes the play again for out number 2. It's the bottom of the first inning here on Ladder of Light Gaming with Action Jackson Wilson. We've got Luann Louie in left, Pete Wheeler in center, Ahmed Khan in right. Then around the horn on the infield, Jocinda at third, Stephanie at short, Pablo at second, Keisha at first, and the outstanding pitching battery of Angela Del Vecchio and Amir Khan. Here's a first pitch breaking ball swung on and missed by Fred Benson. When that pitch is hitting its spot, with as much pinpoint control as Angela has, it's super effective. And she's had hitters off balance and confused the entire season. 5 strikeouts, or rather 5 shutouts via complete games. As here's a line drive right to the shortstop, Stephanie Morgan, and that'll retire the side. 5 complete game shutouts for Angela Del Vecchio. And as a team, the Melonheads have put together 8 shutout victories. Top of the second, no score as they're taking on the Fishes in a back-to-back to end the regular season. Division title is on the line for both of these teams. Here is Ahmed Khan taking a first pitch changeup for strike 1. Ahmed Khan hitting .292 in the cleanup spot for the Melonheads as Chad Couple winds and fires the next delivery to him. And that's taken on the inside corner, no balls and 2 strikes. Ahmed didn't like either of those pitches, but now he's got no choice but to protect. Couple with the line, and here's the next. Ahmed with a high pop down the right field line. Long way to go for the right fielder, and she will make the catch. 1 down. And here is Keisha, who had the game-winning hit last game against the Monsters with a 3-run homer that set the tone in the bottom of the first inning. The Melonhead pitchers, Angela Del Vecchio and Amir Khan, took care of the rest. Angela with 4 shutout innings, then Amir Khan with a 2-inning save. Melonheads won the game 3-0 to improve to 10-2 and lock up a playoff spot. Here's a big swing and a foul back by Keisha Phillips. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes from Chad Couple. The 0-2 delivery. Keisha with a big swing, but she pops it in the air on the infield. Shortstop and the third baseman come together, but it's the third baseman who makes the catch for out number 2.
Watch this. Home run.
Now Jocinda Smith. Chad Couple, who has retired 3 straight after giving up that 1-out single and stolen base to Pete Wheeler. He's got an 0-1 count after starting Jocinda out with a strike, and now the pitch. Swung on and missed. That was a breaking ball up in the zone. Jocinda's eyes lit up, but she was a little bit too quick to the meeting. Now the 0-2 on the way. Change up. Jocinda lines one up the middle. That's going to fall in for a hit as long as Jocinda can beat this out, and she will. And now it gets away, and it'll get into the bleachers, and Jocinda is going to advance into scoring position. She will head all the way to third. And now all of a sudden, Stephanie Morgan will walk to the plate with an opportunity to give the Melonheads an early lead. Great at bat by Jocinda, great hitting with 2 strikes. And she got herself 2 extra bases as a result. And now here is a red-hot Stephanie Morgan, who is hitting .457. Heat-Tab, if you're watching.
Okay, I'm just going to keep my eye on the ball and knock the cover off of
If you
it.
guys don't know who Heat-Tab is, he's one of my loyal subscribers. He would call Stephanie Morgan Joe Morgan in honor of the Big Red Machine in Cincinnati. Stephanie Morgan has definitely been playing like him ever since he made that reference. See if she keeps it up. She took strike 1, and now here's the 0-1. It's a changeup, and Morgan puts the bat on it, but the pitcher is there to retire the side. So the Melonheads, for 2 consecutive innings, had a runner in scoring position, but they failed to capitalize. Stephanie Morgan makes the final out. A hit and an error in each of the first 2 innings, but no runs. Jane Davis coming to bat to lead things off here in the bottom of the second for the Fishes. Fishes looking to cool off the Melonheads, who enter this game winning 10 of 12 overall and 9 of their last 10. The pitch on the way to Jane Davis. A bouncer. Again, she gets jammed, and Angela takes care of the rest.
Go. Purple, let's go.
That pitch looks so tempting, like it's going to be right down the middle out of Angela's hand.
Go.
In terms of masking her pitches, she does it better than anybody in the league. That's why her ERA is so low. When she's not getting strikeouts, She's allowing the hitters to put it in the perfect spot for the defense to make a play. When you're off balance, it's very tough to square up on a pitch, and Angela does a great job of mixing things up and messing with hitters' eyes. Here's a little excuse me swing by Peavy, little line drive. Stephanie Morgan, who has been a vacuum cleaner over at shortstop, cleans up, and there's out number 2. Now Nikki Winston, 5 up, 5 down to begin this game for Angela Del Vecchio, and she's only needed 9 pitches to get it done. Trying to make it 2 perfect frames to open today's game against the Fishes. Beautiful breaking ball over the outside corner to Nikki Winston, strike 1. Angela with the nod. She's going to go with the inside fastball, working both corners. Swing and a miss by Winston. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Angela knows what's at stake. A division title is on the line, and she's bringing her A game. Trying to get the Melonheads home field advantage for at least the first round of the upcoming All-City playoffs. Breaking ball down and away. It's 1-2. Del Vecchio has been super efficient. She's only walked 3. She's got over 70 strikeouts, 10 wins and 1 loss. And even in that game she was defeated, she only gave up 3 runs. She got off to a rough start, but wasn't the worst performance in the world. It was still a quality outing. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nikki Winston set down on strikes. That's the first K of the day for Angela. She tied him in knots with that inside heater. And now Amir Khan will lead things off here in the 3rd for the Melonheads, who look to break the ice and keep the juices flowing. You guys know, like when melons are ripe, the juice tastes delicious, and it's very refreshing and very energetic, very healthy for you. And right now we're seeing some healthy baseball from the Melonheads, even though this game is scoreless. They're making solid contact, like you saw right there from Amir Khan. But like I talked about, the Fishes' strong suit has been their defense and their pitching. And we got 2 of the best going at it. 2 of the best staffs in the field as Chad Couple deals a strike to Angela, who's taking all the way. 0-1. Angela doesn't have a hit in her past 5 games. She's looking to get back on track. She puts it in play, but the shortstop is right there. 2 down. Now we're back to the top with Luann Louie. No score here in the top half of the 3rd. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Melonheads. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the Fishes. The pitch on the way from Chad Couple is a strike. Luann Louie, welcome into the new viewers. You're watching Backyard Baseball 97 season play on hard difficulty. Here on Ladder of Light Gaming, I'm your host, Action Jackson Wilson. Top of the 3rd, no score, Fishes and Melonheads. Our team, the Mighty Melonheads, has already locked up a postseason berth. We're in game 13 out of 14 in the regular season. If we win today against the Fishes, we win our division. As Luann Louie keeps this inning alive with her team league-leading 21st hit of the year. Now here's Pete Wheeler, who also singled back in the 1st.
I'm gonna hit a touchdown.
And now we got the speed and a poor throwing catcher behind the plate. Let's put the pressure on him. The pitch on the way to Pete Wheeler. There goes Louie. The throw down, it's going to come in on a bounce, and Louie is safe. So the Melonheads have their 2nd stolen base of the afternoon, and now Pete Wheeler is going to try to put him on top. Couple into the wind. The pitch on the way. Wheeler, big swing and a miss, 0-2. So this is the 3rd consecutive inning in which the Melonheads have had a runner in scoring position. They failed to capitalize on the first 2 opportunities. Pete Wheeler, on the other hand, has the same story. I thought for sure Wheeler had just delivered, but that amazing outfield and infield for the Fishes, refusing to flinch despite these balls hitting with electric velocity. Now here in the bottom of the 3rd, here is Chad Couple, the pitcher. First up against Angela Del Vecchio. The top 2 teams in our division going at it. Melonheads and Fishes. First pitch fastball is hit in the air to left center field. Luann Louie is over, and she can't make the play. It bounces over the fence for a leadoff double. So now the Fishes have a scoring chance here in the bottom of the 3rd against Angela Del Vecchio. Chad Couple, the pitcher, helping himself. And now with Murray Goldman coming up. I think what we're going to do is we're going to intentionally walk him. He's a hot hitter. And we're going to set up the double
Watch out for
play.
this one, kid, because I throw pretty fast, you know.
So this is going to be a rare free pass from Angela, just the 4th walk she has issued all year. This is going to be the first one that's been intentional. And so the Fishes are going to have 2 on base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Angela Del Vecchio, one more out of the zone, and Goldman will take his place down at first. And there it is. So after the intentional pass from Angela Del Vecchio, there's going to be 2 on base for the Fishes with nobody out. The infielders will look for the double play ball, with Colleen Klinker, the first baseman, due to hit next. Angela's going to go with a double play pitch. Going to force him to square up on that breaking ball. The pitch on the way to Klinker, a big swing and a miss way out in front of it. That's a beauty to start things off for Angela. She's going to go with the same pitch, this time on the inside edge. The 0-1 on the way to Klinker. Another swing and a miss, 0-2. Now Angela, she'd love either one, a strikeout or a double play, it doesn't matter. Let's try to tie her up with a heater on the inside part. Angela kicks and deals. That misses inside, 1-2. So this is the first threat on offense for the Fishes here today. Angela set down the first 6 hitters, no problem in the first 2 frames. She gives up a double and then issues an intentional walk to put 2 on base with nobody out. The pitch on the way to Klinker. That's a big strikeout right there. Colleen Klinker didn't want any part of that breaking pitch. 1 down, and now we're back to the top of the order with a struggling hitter, Omar Stefano. Let's see if we can play our cards right here. Angela, who has been pitching so well in all circumstances, trying to get out of this jam and send us up the bat for the 4th inning. Here is strike 1. The Fishes started with 2 on base and nobody out. Angela picked up a big strikeout, and now she's back to the top of the order dealing with Omar Stefano. The 0-1 pitch. Stefano looks at another one. It's 0-2. We got some power-ups. We're going to use them. Here comes a slow-mo from Angela. On its way to Omar Stefano. Changeup, fouled away. Stefano able to stay alive. No balls and 2 strikes as Angela gets another sign from Amir Khan. Shakes off the original, and she's going to go with the breaking ball off the plate. The pitch on the way to Stefano. Just outside, 1-2. Stefano trying to give the Fishes the lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. He's been in a hitter's funk all season. What a time it would be for him to break out. Here comes a changeup from Angela. That misses inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're going to throw it to him inside again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Angela's going to go breaking ball. Here's the delivery. Strike 3 called! Stefano can't get the bat off his shoulders. He thought that was low for ball 3, but Amir Khan with a terrific job to frame it, and Angela with another big strikeout for out number 2. That was placed perfectly on the bottom sector. And now it's up to Veronica Lee. After having 2 on base with nobody out, Angela Del Vecchio trying to retire the next 3 and get out of this mess. Here's a swing and a miss by Veronica Lee. Was looking fastball. She's got the changeup. Angela shakes off the next sign. Looks in. Now she's ready. The 0-1 coming to Veronica Lee. Lee fights off a tough pitch. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Angela trying to strike out the side. Cy Young pitcher doing Cy Young things. She kicks and delivers. The freezer, but it misses outside. 1-2. I'll tell you what, to save stamina, I'm going to throw some breaking balls out the plate right here. Actually, no. Let's stick with it. Come on, Angela. You got to clutch up right here. Here comes a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. On the way. She got her! Strike 3! Angela with 3 consecutive Ks, all looking. We're going to the 4th. The game remains tied. It's 0-0. The pitcher's duel continues here in the Stream, the home of the Fishes. We got ourselves a lake fight today as Chad Couple goes back to work against Pablo Sanchez. First pitch breaking ball, high drive into left field. Pablo, it's gone! Pablo Sanchez for the first time all season, has hit one out of a visiting ballpark. And it comes at the perfect time. It's 1-0 Melonheads, and they are 9 outs away from a division championship. 7 home runs for Pablo Sanchez to lead the league. This is why we drafted the GOAT of backyard baseball, #1 overall. Anybody who passed up on him would be foolish. Now here's Ahmed Khan. What a change of events. The Fishes had first and second, nobody out in the bottom of the third. They couldn't capitalize. And then on the very first pitch of the next frame, Pablo Sanchez with a home run. And now Ahmed Khan going after a changeup. That's going to go in foul territory, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike from Chad Couple. Ahmed Khan, the cleanup man, 0 for 1. The pitch on the way. That's taken for a low strike, 1-2. The Melonheads have done a great job of making solid contact against Couple. He has yet to pick up a strikeout here today, but that just changed. Ahmed Khan strikes out for out #1 here in the top half of the 4th. And now in walks Keisha Phillips. What a big swing by Pablo Sanchez. A clutch hit that leaves the park for his 7th big fly of the year. Now a power-up pitch, and Keisha makes contact, but it's right back to the bump. The first baseman has trouble with it, but she's able to recover and retire Keisha for out #2 here in the 4th. Hey, when they throw you a power-up, why not be aggressive? Because if you get a hit off of it, you get a lot of power-ups yourself. Now Jocinda Smith looking at ball 1 up and away. Jocinda Smith tripled her first time up, but was left stranded at third. Here comes the 1-0 from Chad Couple. There's a strike. It's 1-1. The Melonheads have given Angela Del Vecchio a 1-0 lead on the solo home run by Pablo Sanchez. And now Jocinda with a high towering fly ball down the left field line. Look at that carry! Oh my goodness! Jocinda, her first home run all season, and she finally has an RBI. Yes, you heard me right, guys. Our #5 hitter, Jocinda, with as many hits as she's had this year, she's never hit a run home. That just changed. 2 solo home runs here in the top of the 4th inning for the Melonheads, who are surging towards a division title.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep my eye on the ball and knock the cover off of it.
Welcome to the new viewers. This is Ladder of Light Gaming with Action Jackson Wilson and his mighty Melonheads here on Backyard Baseball 97 season play. On hard difficulty, the regular season is winding down. It's game 13 out of 14. We're 10-2 overall, playing against our rival, the Fishes, and if we win today, we're not only headed to the playoffs, but we're the division champs, as Stephanie Morgan makes the final out here in the top of the 4th. But in the inning, Pablo Sanchez, bam, his league-leading 7th home run. And then with 2 outs, Jocinda with her first big fly. And it's 2-0 Melonheads, as Angela Del Vecchio has earned a juice power-up. She is refueled and ready to go. She's got the Fishes right where she wants them. The first pitch to Fred Benson here in the bottom of the 4th is lined into right. Ahmed coming over, makes the stop, and a perfect throw to first base. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. The sensational game in the field continues for the Melonheads. The Fishes have been strong, but they have been stronger. They lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Angela Del Vecchio, who issued a walk and a single in the bottom of the 3rd, stranded 2 runners, was able to work around it with 3 straight strikeouts, and now here she is, setting down the power-hitting Chad Couple to open up the 4th inning, and now here's a breaking ball and a beauty to Jane Davis for strike 1. Angela Del Vecchio, who has started every single game for the Melonheads, she has been relentless. Doesn't matter how much work has been asked of her, she has delivered in a big way for Jackson Wilson and his mighty Melonheads. That's taken inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson Wilson is yours truly, who is bringing you this gameplay here today. So proud of this team, guys. They've definitely played well, and they deserve to be where they're at. And I have to thank you guys, the viewers as well, for your support. Here's a line drive up the middle. That's going to be a base hit, unless Wheeler can make a play. She's safe at first, but now she tries to take second, and now they got her caught in a rundown. Pablo fires back to first. See you later. Again, we're once again proving that we're a team that you do not want to get over-aggressive with. Great job by the Melonheads to stop the bleeding there, to keep that rally from happening. And now here is Hannah Peavy, the right fielder. A solid hit, but it's wiped off the board. The Fishes only remain with one knock and 2 base runners against Angela Del Vecchio. Here's a breaking ball to Hannah Peavy that's bounced back to the mound. Angela Del Vecchio, game after game, has been on top of it, whether it's making a play off the mound or executing pitches. She's not only, you would think, the Cy Young Award winner, but the most valuable player and a Gold Glove recipient. Our team is not where they are without Angela Del Vecchio. Amir Khan, you can also say the same thing about him. He's gotten a lot of big hits for us at the bottom of the order. As a matter of fact, he leads our team in RBIs with 12, even more than Pablo, who has 11. The pitch on the way to Amir to begin the top half of the 5th. Time is running out for the Fishes. They're down to their final 6 outs in terms of division hopes. Melonheads looking to head home with an 11-2 record, a postseason berth and a division crown locked up. And not only that, they can play spoiler ball and potentially knock the Fishes out of the playoffs altogether. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Amir Khan with a big swing, but he's out in front of a changeup. He pulls it down the left field line, and it goes foul. 2-0 Melonheads, inning 5 of 6. Here on Backyard Baseball 97, the pitch on the way from Chad Couple. Amir makes contact on the power-up, and that's into the right field gap. This is going to one-hop the wall. Landon Perry called homer, but it looks like that's the second best thing. It may not have left the park, but Amir Khan hit the power-up. We'll definitely take that, especially since we're trying to put this game away. Angela Del Vecchio, who is 6 outs away from picking up her 11th victory on the pitcher's mound. Hey, Landon Perry, look at the power-up we got. It's an aluminum power bat. If you make contact, it's an automatic home run. But you know what? We're going to save it for the final inning just in case, because you just never know. Angela Del Vecchio with a swing and a foul. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. We're in good shape right now, leading 2-0. But in the game of baseball, anybody can get hot at any given moment. Angela Del Vecchio fouls it off again. It's no balls and 2 strikes. A solo home run by Pablo Sanchez. And then a second big fly by Jocinda, which came both in the 4th inning. That's where we are right now. Pablo with his 7th of the year and Jocinda with her 1st. Now here comes a 1-2 delivery to Angela Del Vecchio. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
No way that's going to happen.
One away
again.
to begin the top half of the 5th. Great pitch from Chad Couple, and now we're back to the top of the order with Luann Louie. Louie 1 for 2. She's hitting .466 with 21 hits on the season. She goes with the open stance against Chad Couple. He kicks and delivers with a runner at first base and 1 out. Here's a ground ball down the first base line, or the third base line. It's foul, no balls and a strike. Top half of the 5th, 2-0 Melonheads over the Fishes. The pitch on the way to Louie. Puts it in play. They're going to go to second base and retire Amir. That's all they'll get. Luann Louie will take his place. Yeah, Landon, this isn't in-game commentary. This is yours truly doing it. Action Jackson Wilson. Sunny Day and Guinea the Gooch are the ones that do the commentary, but I think that's pretty funny, man. Like, apologize if that spooked you a little bit, but I appreciate the love, man. It's great to have you here. As Chad Couple deals ball 1 to Pete Wheeler. 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. I see we got 5 viewers now here on Backyard Baseball 97. This is game 13 of 14 in our regular season here on Season Play. We're 10-2. We're already headed to the playoffs, but if we win this game today, we lock up our division. 3-0 to Pete Wheeler, and guess who's on deck? Pablo Sanchez. Chad Couple with the next delivery. A 4-pitch walk to Pete Wheeler. And the bases are loaded. Or rather, there's 2 on base. Sorry, I got distracted from all the comments. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the love. And here is Pablo Sanchez with 2 on and 2 out. Here in the top of the 5th. Pablo, the last time up, left the yard for his 7th home run of the year. We're still going to save that aluminum bat for the last inning, just in case something were to happen. The pitcher can't even find the strike zone. Just leave that bat on your shoulder, Pablo. I'd take here. Melonheads trying to break this game wide open and win their 11th out of 13 games. There's a changeup, and that's coming in as a corkscrew. 1 ball and 1 strike, and now Colleen Klinker will take over on the mound. Pablo Sanchez with 2 on and 2 out. The pitch. That's inside. Good take right there, and it's 2-1. Pablo leads the league in home runs with 7. The big fly in the 4th was his first on the road, and now Klinker can't find the zone. It's 3-1. On deck is Keisha Phillips. Pablo Sanchez walks back in. Here comes the 3-1 from Klinker. Hitters count, but Pablo with a swing and a miss. And now the runners will be off with this one. Payoff pitch coming, top of the 5th. 2-0 Melonheads. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch. Pablo Sanchez with a big swing. This is in foul territory. The third baseman's got room, and she'll make the catch. So a great at bat by Pablo Sanchez, but he can't do what he did the last time. However, we're still in great shape. We've got an aluminum power bat in our back pocket, which we will use in the 6th. And we got a 2-0 lead as Angela Del Vecchio rides a 1-hit shutout into the bottom of this 5th. 6 outs away from a division title are the Melonheads, as they're looking to put the Fishes away. Angela Del Vecchio got into a bit of trouble in the 3rd with 2 on and nobody out. But other than that, she has been flawless here today. First pitch to Nikki Winston, the left fielder, is over the inside corner for strike 1. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and only 1 hit given up by Angela on 38 pitches. The Melonheads looking for their 11th victory in 13 games. And Angela Del Vecchio has all of those victories to her credit. She's made a start in all those contests, so she's ahead of Nikki Winston, no balls and 2 strikes. And she's thrown 6 complete game shutouts, going for number 7 right here. And it would be the 9th shutout overall for the Melonheads pitching staff. The 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Nikki Winston fooled. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That's 5 strikeouts for Angela Del Vecchio. She's hit the 40 pitch here, and here is Chad Couple, the first baseman. He doubled to lead off the bottom of the 3rd, but he was left stranded after Del Vecchio struck out 3 straight batters after setting up a double play with the intentional walk. They had 2 on base with nobody out, and Angela pitches, swing and a miss. This is how Angela's been in the late innings, pretty much unhittable. You know, when a Cy Young pitcher gets going, he or she is very tough to hit. Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers was a perfect example back in 2014, and Angela's putting together a very similar stat line. So dominant and so shut down that she's not only going to win the Cy Young, but the MVP as well. Pablo with a heck of an effort out beyond second. He can't make that play, but they got a slow foot runner, and that gives Ahmed plenty of time to throw him out. That was the pitcher, Chad Couple, who's low on stamina. That naturally slows guys down, and that worked to our advantage. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Now Murray Goldman, the shortstop. He walked his first time up. It was an intentional pass given out by Angela. She's going to go after him with a heater. Only 1 hit for the Fishes here today.
Because I throw pretty fast, you know.
Their backs are against the wall. If they can't come back and win this game, not only do they lose their shot at the division, but they could miss out on the playoffs completely if the Melonheads can play spoiler ball in the regular season finale. Here's a pool cue shot on the shortstop side. Diving stop by Stephanie. She flips it to Jocinda, but everybody's going to be safe. Stephanie tried to give it to Jocinda for a better throw. That's a classic Cleveland Guardians special, as all too often we've seen the Guardians. There was one play where second baseman dived and then flipped it to the shortstop so they could get rid of it quickly to first base. That didn't quite work out for us on the shortstop side, but that's going to be the second hit of the game for the Fishes. And now the tying run is coming to the plate in the person of Colleen Klinker, who is now doing the pitching for the Fishes. First pitch by Angela Del Vecchio. is over the inside corner, but called ball one. It's 1-0. Melonheads and Fishes, season winding down. This is the first of a back-to-back. Pitch on the way from Angela. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. 1-1. It doesn't look like it's going to be a strike until the last second, and that's why these hitters are tangled in knots so often. And now the 1-1. Then they got to look at that pitch. Even though that missed, that fastball is going to look a lot quicker after Angela messes with your eyes, courtesy of her changeup and her wicked hook. Here comes the changeup. See if Klinker can hold back. No, sir. See, after seeing that fastball, she's all confused. Now let's give her the nasty spitball. A hitter's worst nightmare. Colleen Klinker, is she woman enough for this? The answer is no! She doesn't even get the bat off her shoulder. The Cy Young, Angela Del Vecchio. Just another day at the office. We are 3 outs away from being division champions. Your playoff-bound Melonheads are cruising to the 6th. And here is Ahmed Khan leading things off. We've got that aluminum power bat, but we'll wait till we got 2 outs. The pitch on the way. On the way, and Ahmed Khan is looking to shoot one into the gap, and he's going to do just that. It's going to one-hop the wall. The center fielder gives chase. Ahmed flying into second with a leadoff double to get the last inning started here on the road against the Fishes. If you guys tuned in, it's the perfect time. You guys could witness a division championship celebration. We're 3 outs away, but we want to be absolutely certain. We want to get Angela some more insurance. They play Keisha to hit the left, but she's going to go with the open stance. Because if we fly out to right, for instance, Ahmed might still be able to advance. Keisha's got power to all fields. As she waits for the 1-0 pitch. Changeup is bounced down the third base line. That's going to go foul. And it's 1-1. 2-0 Melonheads on a pair of solo home runs in the top of the 4th inning, courtesy of Pablo Sanchez and Jocinda Smith. Here's Keisha to the right field gap. This ball is off the wall. Ahmed rounding third. He's going to come all the way around and score. Back-to-back doubles to begin the top of the 6th, and that could be your dagger. We didn't even need the aluminum power bat, but we're going to use it right here with Jocinda Smith.
Time for a home run.
We're going for the throat, guys. Let's wrap up this division in style. The pitch on the way. Colleen Klinker to Jocinda inside for ball one. What a game for Jocinda. She hit her first home run of the season. Trying to get her second one right here if she can make contact with the aluminum bat. But neither of those pitches were hittable, and it's 2-0. Ahmed Khan and Keisha Phillips with back-to-back doubles to open the top of the 6th. RBI double for Keisha. Hitters count, and Jocinda hits one into the left field gap. And it's going to be caught for out number 1. Wow, I cannot believe it. With the aluminum bat, it doesn't leave the yard. That's a tough break. But we're still having a great inning, guys. We're doing what we got to do.
Okay, I'm just going to keep my eye on the ball and knock the cover off of it.
And now here is Stephanie Morgan. Runner at second base with 1 out. The pitch on the way from Colleen Klinker is down and away for ball 1. Keisha Phillips has good speed over at second, so anything into either gap will score another run. Here's the 1-0 to Stephanie Morgan. That's a breaking ball off the plate. 2-0. Top of the 6th, 3-0 Melonheads. 3 outs away from a division championship. Here on Ladder of Light Gaming, here on Backyard Baseball 97. Here's a strike. And for those of you that aren't aware, we play on hard difficulty, just like every other game that we stream on here. We always go for the biggest challenge. Here's a spitball that's popped up on the left side. The catcher is going to drop it. Wow, that could be costly. A chance to get the second out, but Stephanie Morgan gets another life. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way, inside, and it's a full count. 3-2, 1 out. Keisha Phillips, who got an RBI double, is standing over at second. The pitch on the way to Stephanie Morgan. Morgan puts it in play. The third baseman's got to go get this, and as a result, Keisha Phillips is going to advance. So a very productive at bat for Stephanie Morgan. She works the count full. Advances Keisha Phillips over to third. Any hit will score her. Now here's Amir. He's our team leader in RBIs with 12. Looking to add another. He's got power to all fields. He takes a practice cut, and now he's ready. The pitch on the way from Colleen Klinker is taken outside for ball 1. 3-0 Melonheads, top half of the 6th, 2 outs, runner at third. They've already added to their lead with a tally here in this frame and a chance for more. But it looks like Colleen Klinker is staying away from Amir Khan, at least for the time being, with Angela Del Vecchio on deck. And how can you blame her? Angela Del Vecchio hasn't had a hit in the past 5 games. And with the way Amir Khan has been, especially in the late innings, he's probably better off putting him on base, and she's going to do just that. So the intentional walk given to Amir Khan, that's going to put 2 runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Angela Del Vecchio will go for the complete game shutout in the bottom of the 6th. Looking to help herself with Amir Khan and Keisha Phillips on the corners. Angela hasn't had a hit in the past 5 games, trying to put a stop to that drought, and a big swing and a foul. Straight back to the screen, it's 0-1. What a season for the mighty Melonheads. They're finishing with a flourish as Angela Del Vecchio swings and misses, 0-2. One more regular season game after this, and we will be headed to the All-City playoffs. And all that coverage will be coming your way here on Ladder of Light Gaming here in the coming days. Here's a ground ball. Hit to the first base side. Angela Del Vecchio will make the final out here in the top of the 6th. So the Melonheads leave 2 on, but they start the inning with back-to-back doubles. Ahmed Khan with a 2-bagger. Then Keisha Phillips smoked one into the gap and took his place and extended the Melonheads lead to 3-0. Here we go. The new viewers, you've tuned in just in time. We are 3 outs away from a division championship. Your playoff-bound mighty Melonheads are trying to improve to 11-2 in 13 regular season games on hard difficulty here on Backyard Baseball 97. And this girl right here has had a lot to do with it. Angela Del Vecchio, who is no doubt going to be the Cy Young Award winner, and furthermore, a Gold Glover and even a Most Valuable Player in the coming days. She's got an ERA of 0.5 entering this game, and she's trying to get her 7th. Actually, I think it's her 6th. It's either her 6th or 7th complete game shutout in which she has went the distance with nothing but goose eggs. Angela Del Vecchio also has thrown a perfect game, which came against the Rockets earlier this year, so be sure to check that out as well. It has truly been a historic journey for Angela, and it has been a memorable campaign for this Melonheads team, and they are just getting started. The pitch on the way from Angela Del Vecchio. Spitball swung on and missed by Omar Stefano. Landon Perry says, I said the thing. What do you mean I said the thing? Because I don't want to say anything to jinx us right now. Angela Del Vecchio with her 7th strikeout to open the bottom of the 6th. Oh, I get it. Oh, yeah, the popular 67 trend. I still don't know why everybody's getting so hyped about that, to be honest, but it is what it is. All right, back to our regular scheduled programming. Here's a breaking ball swung on and missed by Veronica Lee. The Fishes have been struggling on offense, especially as of late. They need to get their bats going again quick, or else they could kiss the playoffs goodbye. And that would be truly heartbreaking because the Fishes were either tied or in sole possession of first place for 10 games to open this season. Here's a fly ball into center field. Here comes Pete Wheeler, but he can't make the catch. That's going to one-hop the wall, and that's going to be a 1-out double. So the Fishes pick up their 3rd hit of the game, and there's life. They still got work to do, but the big hitters are coming up. And now there is a possibility we will put Amir Khan in if Angela gets into any further trouble. But we'll see what happens here with Fred Benson. Angela gets some more juice in her, just for good measure. And now Angela shakes off a couple of signs, and now she's ready with a first pitch breaking ball to Fred Benson. Ground ball to second. Pablo Sanchez gets to it, throws for out number 2. The runner will stay put at second. And now, here we go, guys. Angela Del Vecchio, not only 1 out away from another complete game shutout, but 1 out away from a division championship. Your Melonheads are already playoff bound, And now we're getting greedy, trying to lock up home field advantage for the first round. Here's a bunt attempt by Davis, swung on and missed. The power hitter trying to catch the Melonheads off guard. It's 0-1. Davis has got a blend of power and speed. You got to look out for that. But Angela's trying to keep her off the bases, set her down, and set off a celebration for the second straight game. First the playoffs, and now the division. And here it is. Angela fields, throws, got her! The mighty Melonheads are playoff bound as division champions with an 11-2 record. The memorable moments continue here on Ladder of Light Gaming. 6 complete game shutouts for Angela Del Vecchio. It's a 3-hitter and a 3-0 win over the humongous Fishes. The Fishes, because of a loss we suffered early in the year, they pulled ahead of us with an undefeated record and were able to keep that lead for almost the entire season. But in the final week, we caught them, we passed them, and we just exposed them. And now, with no pressure on us in the season finale, the Fishes will have all the pressure. Because honestly, guys, I think we're going to start Amir Khan instead of Angela in the final game because, I mean, we've locked up the playoffs. We've locked up home field advantage. I mean, there's nothing else for us really to play for except for an extra win. We're still going to be playing to win, no doubt about it. But I think we're going to give Amir the start in the final game. But even with him on the bump, and I think we're going to pitch multiple guys, but I think even with Amir and other guys on the mound for us, I think we can still win. And the Fishes, you best believe, they're going to be in their own head. Because if they don't win this next game, they could miss the playoffs completely. And I cannot believe I'm saying that with how they started the season. But anyway, that's a story for another moment. Here's our final team statistics for today. Luann Louie with a couple of singles. Pete Wheeler with a walk and a base hit. Pablo Sanchez got the scoring started with his league-leading 7th home run. A solo blast to lead off the 4th. And then Jocinda, for the first time this year, went deep as well. And she also picked up her first RBI. Can't believe it's been that long for Jocinda. But that drought is over. Amir Khan also picked up a hit and drew a walk. And this girl right here, Angela Del Vecchio, as she's done so often, she went the distance, 13 balls, 45 strikes, super efficient ratio, 1 walk, which was intentional, 7 strikeouts, averaging more than 1 per inning. She almost has 80 for the season, only 4 free passes, and her ERA is probably like 0.4. We're going to check that in just a second. But if that doesn't win you a Cy Young, and even so, I mean, even an MVP, everybody deserves a lot of credit for what they've contributed to this team. But this season that Angela's put together is just inhuman. It's unbelievable. And we play on the hardest difficulty, guys. I'm going to prove it when we get back to the dugout. Final stats. Here it is. 3 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the Melonheads. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. What a masterpiece by Angela Del Vecchio. Like I said, it's just another day at the office. The Fishes, well, this is going to be interesting. Since they missed out on the division and on winning this game here today, let's see what happens in the Sox and Monsters contests. So in the meaningless game, the Rockets knock off the Wombats. The Monsters win. They knock off the All-Stars. And in extra innings, the Sox have their season come to an end in the most heartbreaking fashion against the Bombers. So, here's where we stand, guys. The Bombers and the Sox are eliminated, officially. The top 2 teams in our division get playoff slots, at least on our part of the playoff bracket. The All-City playoffs come first, but we have to beat even more teams after that if we're going to go all the way, which is the Grand Championship of the Universe. But we'll worry about that later. We got one more game in the regular season. We're 11-2 overall. Sensational, guys. We started 1-1, and ever since then we've won 10 out of 11. The Fishes and the Monsters are tied for that final spot with an 8-5 record. I originally thought the Monsters were going to be eliminated after we beat them last game, but because of how the Fishes are playing, I was incorrect in that assumption. So I apologize if you guys heard that in the previous video. But anyways, the Monsters have to win and the Fishes have to lose. They need to get some help and they need to handle business. So the Fishes could still make the playoffs even if they lose the finale, but it really is hard to believe that they're in this position. Because like I told you guys, the Fishes were ahead of us for the majority of the season until we faced them in this head-to-head. We just won the division. We're 11-2. We've done a great job riding this wave of momentum. Yeah, you're right about that. The All-Stars definitely haven't been playing like All-Stars this year, but they have beaten us. I will say this. That's one of our losses. We beat them the first time, okay, which is great. But this game right here, this was an absolute classic that went 11 innings. We unfortunately couldn't win, but we almost came back and won. We just couldn't get the big hit. But we did a great job dusting ourselves off. We bounced back and beat the Wombats. And then we got 3 consecutive shutouts. Look at this, guys. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of our 11 wins have been by shutout. We also have 2 extra inning triumphs, which are right here and here. 1 game left to play. And then the real season begins. The All-City Playoffs, which will be coming your way soon here on Ladder of Light Gaming. And guys, I have an announcement to make. Starting today, we plan to put out multiple streams per day, whether it's Hogwarts Legacy, this game. We plan to do Backyard Baseball every day, at least until the end of the season. And we will alternate Hogwarts Legacy, which we did earlier today. Tomorrow we're starting a new series, Life is Strange 2. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to tune in. Once again, this is Action Jackson Wilson with Backyard Baseball 97. Here's proof of our difficulty right here. We play on hard, without a pitch locator. We play 6 innings. I originally wanted to play 9, but I think I'm going to do another season after this one, regardless of what happens. So we'll draft a brand new team, and we'll play 9 innings instead. But we'll worry about that later. Our focus is on this season right now. I don't want it to end just yet. This is quite the squad. Landon, I really appreciate you, bro. It's great to have you here. And like, comment, and subscribe. I would love that, man. That'd be so appreciated. And if you're into this kind of stuff, I'm glad I could make it entertaining for you. So anyways, what were we going to look at? Oh, before we say goodbye, here's our season stats. Luann and Pete, sensational in the leadoff roles. Pablo, Ahmed, Keisha, Jocinda, Stephanie. Very balanced lineup, I would say, guys. Angela was hitting a lot better than this early in the season. She kind of fell off, but I didn't really expect Angela to be an offensive threat anyway. We got her on this team for pitching, and she's definitely executed at that and then some. Pablo Sanchez with his league-leading 7th home run. He's now got 11 ribbies. Batting the league with Amir Khan for the team lead. Ahmed and Keisha both with 8 RBIs. So the vast majority of our ribbies have come from the middle, per usual. But look at this. This is a very important presence to have here. When you've got your number 8 hitter with 12 RBIs in a 6-inning season, that's pretty good. That's what I personally think. And here you go, guys. Angela. First of all, look at these 2 right here. This is our reliever, Amir Khan. Will probably be making the start in the season finale. 0.94. And Angela with 0.46. Name another team that you can think of that's got 2 pitchers on the roster with an ERA with less than 1. I don't think that's ever happened. So just to give you guys a perspective of why Angela deserves to be the Cy Young, the MVP, and Amir deserves to be the reliever of the year. It's not even close. Regardless of how the playoffs end up, they've got so much for us to be proud of this year. Landon, I plan to stream around 6, 7 o'clock every night, Eastern time. It is subject to change, but I'll do my best, man, because we've all got schedules. But like I said, expect Backyard Baseball every day until the end of the season, and we'll alternate Hogwarts Legacy and Life is Strange 2 in the meantime. So We should be going live again with the regular season finale tomorrow at either 6 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern, depending, because I got a podcast in between. But like I said, we plan to put 2 streams out every night. It's part of our new schedule this week. So hope you guys will tune in for that. Thank you guys once again for your support. Jesus Christ loves you guys, and if you haven't accepted Him as your Lord and Savior, I pray that you would do so now. This would not be possible had it not been for Him, and we wouldn't have eternal life and salvation in heaven without a relationship. So remember, if you haven't done that, guys, you're condemned for your sin, but we don't want that for you, and God does not want that for you. That's why He sent Jesus to the cross to die for you and resurrect 3 days later, so you guys could be forgiven. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the league leaders before we head out. Here you go. Pablo Sanchez in a battle with Karen Donato for the league lead in home runs with 7. Pablo Sanchez, who won his first 5 games without a big fly. Quite the comeback story right there. We drafted him for a reason. Luann Louie and Pete Wheeler with a superb job in our leadoff roles. Amir Khan and Pablo Sanchez leading the league in RBIs. Pablo with 9 runs scored. Pete Wheeler, who started the season batting 8th for us, he's been promoted to number 2, and for good reason. Luann Louie in the leadoff role batting .478. Pablo 4th in slugging percentage at .977. Pete Wheeler and Luann Louie each with a steal in our previous win. Pete Wheeler with 6, which is tops in the league. And there's Angela. Look at that gap between strikeouts. It's unanimous, guys. Angela with 77 Ks in a total of, I would say, let me do a little quick math in my head. She hasn't thrown every inning, but on estimate, if we go 6 times 13, that would be 75. No, that's wrong math. It's 65. So she's averaging more than one strikeout per inning. And you're right about that, Landon. She is crazy. Just look at this ERA if you don't believe me. On hard difficulty, 0.46. Absolutely unbelievable. All right, guys, that's going to conclude today's episode and live stream. Once again, shout out to everybody for their love and support. May the peace that passes beyond all understanding and the unconditional love of Jesus Christ be yours today in His holy and almighty name. See you guys tomorrow with Life is Strange 2 and the regular season finale of Backyard Baseball 97, starring your playoff-bound and division champion, mighty Melonheads.